think now has a third of all cases in this country. What can you tell us this morning? Is there any ebbing of this yet?
Chuck, the truth is, and New Yorkers and all Americans deserve the blunt truth, it's only getting worse. And in fact, April and May are going to be a lot worse. Right now, we are a third of the cases in the country. That's going to get worse. We're about two-thirds or more of the cases in New York State. That's going to get worse. But, Chuck, the President of the United States is from New York City, and he will not lift a finger to help his hometown. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Right now, I have asked repeatedly for the military to be mobilized, for the Defense Production Act to be used to its fullest, to get us things like ventilators so people who can live who would die otherwise. Chuck, I can't be blunt enough. If the president doesn't act, people will die who could have lived otherwise.
What is it that you want?
Citizens, folks who are members of families,
right.
And we can't get action from the president of the United States.
What is it that you want the military to do immediately? What would it be a specific thing you'd want the military to do immediately?
Chuck, the military has extraordinary medical capacity of its own that's been honed in fighting wars. They can handle any situation. All military personnel who are medically trained should be sent to places where this crisis is deep, like New York. Right now, the military is the best logistical organization in the nation. If there are ventilators being produced anywhere in the country, we need to get them to New York, not weeks from now or months from now, in the next 10 days. And the only force in America that can do that is the military. Why are they at their bases? Why are they not being allowed to serve? I guarantee you they're ready to serve, but the president has to give the order.
The shelter-in-place order for New York City, how do you plan on enforcing this next week?
Chuck, people really do get it. I've been around my city the last few days. They're getting the message more and more. Also, we will use the NYPD and other agencies to go out and remind people, educate them, break up groups of people if they're congregating. It'll take a while for people to truly get it. Yeah. But right now, I'll tell you one thing. Everyday New Yorkers, everyday Americans are much farther ahead of the curve in terms of understanding this crisis than anything we're seeing from the White House. And that's troubling to think the people who have the power are not using it when everyday people get right now. Shelter in place is necessary to protect our families.
Governor Hogan, I want to talk to you. You and I believe, and Governor Cuomo of New York jointly wrote a letter